everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup.
Larry, from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL, there's a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, it's a black and blue matchup in the NFC North between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. First down, Rodgers. And he slides to avoid the hit. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that's incomplete. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping, and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
The numbers for Adams in last week's game. 5 catches, 69 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Again, it's Murray. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it out every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
And Conley's got it over the middle. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
No, check. Patriot! Here we go now.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A good pickup after the penalty, 12 yards, and it's 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Nick Perry. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Hilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. And they've got it here with a first down. They'll try the right side with Murray. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Caught on the right side by Adams. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And he's got it up and through. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tyreek Hill, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 11.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Rodgers now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Murray fighting. Lost the football. And now the ball comes loose. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity. opportunity missed.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Second and 10 now. It's Trubisky. Over the middle. Hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Even though that one was incomplete, you could see the training that went into that play. He gets out of the pocket, ends up moving to his right. All he's trying to do, though, extend the life of the play. Keep it alive, hoping someone would pop free.
Was able to take a pretty good shot with a deep ball, but incomplete. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. Now Trubisky. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On second down, Trubisky steps away to his left. Out left to Shaheen. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. The things got a little dicey there as soon as he exited the pocket out to the left.
And he ends up throwing it for no yardage gain. I don't know about you, but my high school coach, John Ford, if he saw a ball in the air and you got no yards out of it, he would have had a stroke, okay? Because his opinion, that ball shouldn't be in the air unless something good was going to happen. Tuck it away, try and pick up something, or just slide and get down.
Nothing good happened there, that's for sure.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
On first down, Murray. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I can't help it. I'm just sitting back in admiration right now. This defense tells everyone that plays against them, you're not beating us running the football. That's who we are. That's what we're about. It's not going to happen. If you're going to beat us, you better pick another way.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Happy holidays, Larry. Your gift. Take the halftime show off, partner. We've got some football to get to. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up the first down.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it's the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Delay of game, offense.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. On second down, here's Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. Shaheen, the tight end on the right side. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They needed 15. They got 16 and a first down. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Time running out here on the play clock. Now Gordon on first down. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Gets it to Gordon. And he takes this to the 15. A flashy juke. That got him a couple extra yards. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
He may try and run for this. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Escaping the pressure right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Adam Shaheen, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have taken the lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Elsewhere, a 3rd quarter score. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Keenan Allen putting together a big afternoon. Over 200 yards receiving and a couple of touchdowns to boot. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll try and get the running game going here with Murray. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. He's got the hook up with Conley. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
So that'll back him up 5. Here we go on 1st and 15. shotgun now for Rodgers. And some room to roam now. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it 2nd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Going with a screen for Murray. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a 2nd down. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and just like that, it's 3rd down. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Throwing is Rodgers. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
And able to find Conley. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Chris Conley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of the play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Time for a break. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Nick Perry in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And Lutz puts this one through. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Well, now then, it's a big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth. But, Charles, there is still time left for a final drive.
Brandon, you know they would have liked to take the clock down just a little bit further, at least under a minute or so. But this one's not over yet, especially since they just need a field goal.
He'll look to throw. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards. He's back to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves its sticks. Back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Shaquille Barrett in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. And his kick here is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because they had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
On the NFL scoreboard there in the fourth quarter in Philadelphia. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Carson Wentz, he was the story there with 4 touchdown passes. Flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Rodgers now to throw. Caught here by Conley. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. 10th carry of the game now. Murray, strong running. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good game. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys poking, clawing.
And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column.
Before we go any further, make sure to install your game plan for your upcoming matchup.